Next topic is types of memory. But before that, I would like to explain you what is a memory. Memory is the essential component of the computer. Okay? Memory is the essential component of the computer, which means that it is the most important part of a computer. Why it is the most important part? Because we store all the data in the computer's memory. Okay, where it is assembled on the motherboard. Okay, it is assembled on the motherboard as it is a storage device used for storing data and instructions for performing a task on the system. That means computer memory is placed on the motherboard. Okay, and it is used as a storage device so that we can store the data and the instructions on the computer. In your book also it's written every computer has a certain amount of memory. The memory capacity determines how much data and instructions can be stored in the computer, either temporarily or permanently. Alright. Now, you can store the data in two ways, either temporarily or permanently. Computer memory is divided into two parts, primary memory, secondary memory. Primary memory is also known as main memory or internal memory. Okay, primary memory is also known as main memory or the internal memory, and secondary memory is also known as external memory. Okay, now primary memory is divided again into two parts, RAM and ROM, and secondary memory is divided into floppy disk, CD, DVD, pen drive, memory card, and so on. Now, what is the primary memory? Primary memory is the main memory. Okay, primary memory holds only those data and instructions on which the computer is currently working. That is, it does not stores the data permanently. Okay, that means whatever, if you're working anything on the computer, only that particular, for that particular period, for that particular time, the data is stored in primary memory. When the system is turned off, the entire data will get erased. Okay, it also stores the operating system and data required to run the computer. It is limited. It has a limited capacity memory, and data or information is lost when the power is switched off. Okay. Internal memory is also called primary or main memory. It is the built-in memory. Built-in memory means it is already there in your computer system, designed to store data and instructions while the computer is working. Okay, the data stored in internal memory is erased when the computer is turned off. It is always easier to access data or programs from the internal memory as it is the fastest of all forms of computer data storage. Alright. Now, internal memory, as I told you, is divided into two parts, RAM and ROM. Now, if you look in your book, it is also given. RAM, it stores the information temporarily and works like a blackboard that can be constantly overwritten with new data. Now, as if you see the blackboard in our school, the teachers and children can keep on writing on the blackboard. Erase, write, erase, and again you can write. So in the same way, RAM is there. RAM is like a blackboard because we can constantly stores the data and the instructions in this particular memory. The information stored in the computer is lost when you turn off the computer or when the power goes off. As soon as the computer is switched off or the light goes off, what will happen? The entire data from the RAM will get erased. Okay. Now, next internal memory is ROM. ROM stands for read only memory. Okay. It holds the startup instructions. Startup means when you start the computer, it takes some time to get it loaded, to get the operating system start. Okay. So that those instructions are stored in ROM. It holds the startup instructions that prepare a computer for use. The instructions stored in ROM cannot be changed. You cannot change any information that is stored in the ROM. It is defined. Okay, you cannot make any changes in it. But it can only be read. But the system can only read the instructions again and again when you start the computer. It retains the stored information even when the power is switched off. Next is external memory. It is very easy. External memory is used to store information for a longer period. Means till the time you want to save it in your system, the data is there. Data is not lost in the external memory even when the computer is turned off. If you turn off the computer, then also the data is there. The external memory is essential because the internal memory of a computer has a limited storage capacity. It is also called the secondary memory. When we run a program, it is copied from the secondary storage from the internal memory. It takes more time to access data from the secondary memory as compared to the internal memory. I'll give you one example. If you want to open any file, so what you will do, you will go to that application software, you will click on the file tab, you will click on the open, and it will take few seconds to get it uploaded. Okay, so that is why external memory is little slower as compared to internal memory.